Ladies and gentlemen, it is finally time. Football Manager 24 is officially here. We managed to play through 261.1 hours of Football Manager 23. We recently did a save with Everton. That's gone in the past. We're here for Football Manager 24 for early access. It's still the beta. It's pretty much the same thing. Who are we going to be doing our first save with? Well, you've seen the title, so you already know. So I'm just customising my character, and my eyebrow hair is that thick and bushy. It actually comes through my eye patch. I really like the look of that. Is my eye patch going to be black? No, it's not. It's going to be white with a little bit of brown on it. I like the sound of that. I think I look perfectly normal there. I don't think anyone would really question that. Oh my god, we can have face paint, earrings. Oh, we can really drip ourselves out. Here we go. I am ready to rock and roll. And if I don't say so myself, I look absolutely beautiful. Wait, why is my hearing aid still in? I took the hearing aid out. Well, I guess it's going to have to stay in for now. Confirm. I mean, I look absolutely beautiful, don't I? Let's start a new game. Obviously, it's going to be a career. You've got many different options this year. We are not starting in England, though. We're not doing an England save to start out with, like what we normally do. This year, we're going over to Spain, and we are using Real Madrid. I very rarely manage abroad, so I'm really looking forward to this. It will just be for the beta or early access. I'll still call it the beta, so everybody knows what I'm on about, but it is still early access. So we're going to choose the game mode as well. Now, I'm just going to go with the original one. I know we can do your world, real world, all that sort of stuff, but I like the sound of having players like Jude Bellingham there. And obviously, we need to rebuild that attack. No Benzema. We brought Joselu in. Like I say, I've never really managed abroad. I don't think I've ever managed in Spain before, so it's a fresh challenge for myself. Let's get into it. Here we are then, Real Madrid hire Drake. Real Madrid have today confirmed the appointment of Sam Drake as the club's new manager. Eyebrows have been raised in the world of football at the appointment of inexperienced 18-year-old. No, I am 19 now. Oh my god. I am 19. Wow. But it wasn't my real birthday. Oh yeah, it's because we're back in July or June, whenever we are. He's sure to face plenty of questions when he faces the media. I won't be doing that. For the first time at the Santiago Bernabeu, he replaces previous manager Carlo Ancelotti. So pretty easy boots to fill. It doesn't say how long I've signed my contract for. Hopefully it's a long-term one. Obviously, Real Madrid are a club with a little bit of history, you could say. The media prediction is for us to finish first. Butcher Gueno is the director. Welcome to Real Madrid. It's great to have you here. As part of your induction, you'll be given a welcome pack. We don't need to go through all that as of right now. We've got a £21 million transfer budget. That's not great. And only a £5.3 million wage budget. I say only. I'm more disappointed about the transfer budget than the wage budget. We've got superb training and youth facilities with excellent youth recruitment and an 81,000-seater stadium. Not too bad. Here is the suggested starting 11. It's pretty good, isn't it? We just need a striker, really. Endrick is joining the club next year, officially, for 62 million. And we've got a couple of players in on loan. Kepa Arrizabalaga in on loan. I had no idea that had even happened. Vinicius Junior is in the last year of his contract. Well, I think that's got to be our first priority, hasn't it? Let's have a quick check of the finances. We are currently £3,000 a week under the wages. Brilliant. So we can't give him a pay rise. I'm sure that's going to go down well. I mean, he's already on £350,000 a week. Let's discuss a new contract with the agent. We're very keen on re-signing. He wants between £350 and £400. Would you like to bring that down a little bit? 300 and 375, right? Well, we can agree to that. As long as it's no more than 350, it won't be the end of the world. We don't need to go through a tutorial. I've done this many times. Right, we're not going to strengthen that. We do want him to be an important player. He wants to be a star player. All right, that's fine. I don't mind that. He actually wants less wages originally there, so that's fine. We can deal with that. We'll press advance forward on a few more of these. We don't need the tutorials. Get out of my face. Thank you. Right, we can get rid of the yearly wage rise. We definitely... Oh, the minimum fee release clause is mandatory by the looks of things. Brilliant. Oh yeah, because we're in La Liga. I'm pretty sure it is mandatory, isn't it? Right, we don't want to offer him too much. We'll up that a little bit. Take this down. Oh no, we don't want to move that. Right, we're offering 300 grand. It's £65,000 assist bonus. We've got to have a goal bonus in there as well, surely. We'll put that at 63k. See what he says to that? He's not happy. He wants his release clause to be 175. I think that's pretty payable. I don't want teams paying that. Can we up that to maybe like... Actually, I'm going to have to import this manually, aren't I? 250 million, please. Nope. What have I done there? 250 million. That's what we're looking for. And then the wages, 325. We'll up a few of his bonuses as well. 180. Right, 325 we can agree on that. That's actually a pay cut, so we'll take that. But this, we want to be 200 million. If we make that mandatory, He's happy with that one. So £200 million release clause, new 5-year deal for Vinicius Jr. That's something that we needed to sort out straight away. So that's done and dusted. He's going to be here for the long time. The rest of them, very old. Maybe another year for Modric, potentially. Don't think for Toni Kroos. Tactics induction, we'll come back to that in a minute. Courtois out for a year with an ACL, and Militao is out for a year with an ACL. Brilliant. 2 of your best players out for a year with an ACL. Fantastic start, isn't it? In terms of the transfer window, obviously Bellingham came in for 88 million. Dembele has left the club. I've declined to make the press. We will quickly just press create your own style, and we'll just load up a standard 4-3-3. We can always change it later on, but we'll come back to that. We do now have an intra-squad friendly to attend, although we've already got a weekly staff meeting. Can we have this every week, please? I mean, I don't want to attend the first one. Stop making me do that. So some of the new features in the game, set pieces. How do I... No, I don't need to take your inductions. How do I find set pieces? Set pieces, here we go. Right, let's make our new set pieces then. Obviously, a new feature in the game. I'm sure you'll have all seen many times before. I want us to do a hybrid of zonal marking and player marking. A bit like what Bradford City do in real life. You want to aim what posts you want players marking whilst defending both posts. Big believer in both posts should be covered by a player. How many players do you want to leave for when defending a set piece? I like to defend the box. You very rarely score goals from your own corners. How do you prefer the ball to be delivered from an attacking set piece? Obviously, near post, it's Football Manager. How many players do you want to leave back defending during an attacking set piece? We'll keep that on balance. And how do you want your set pieces to be delivered into the area in Swinger? Statistics would say in Swingers are better. We've now got to wait for Chendo, our coach, to sort that one out. We can come back and sort out the finer details later. I'm not really too bothered as of right now. Apart from that, I think we should have our intra-squad friendly coming now, which I'm very, very happy about. We do have the code of conduct. We'll just keep it how it is. There we go. Let's get into it. Oh, we've already got an offer here. Alcaron make an offer for Raul Asensio, 20-year-old centre-back. I mean, he's a youngster, out of contract, never going to be good enough. So if we can get this up just a little bit, I don't think that would be too bad up that. They're not happy. They weren't happy. We've got to meet the players as well now. I have lots of stuff to do right at the start. I've got to introduce myself. We obviously want to be winning every competition that we partake in. We want to... what I'd like to talk about... Let's talk about hard Spanish. I think we should win the title. Lovely stuff. I'd like to talk about the Champions League. I'd like to win the Champions League. I love being at a club where everything's just about winning. Let's talk about the Spanish Cup. I want to win the Spanish Cup. Oh, this is beautiful. What else would I like to say? I have nothing else to talk about, so thank you for that. So everyone's happy because I want to win everything. Player targets and promises, not set any of them yet. Obviously, we've got his injuries, which aren't ideal. I don't like doing training. We've got an achievement. You received a positive reaction from a team meeting. Lovely start. Lovely stuff. Right, can we finally have a cut now? Yes, there we go. Let's go do the intra-squad friendly. Pause the game right now if you want to see what both teams are, but we are going to confirm and manage both of them teams. I tried to balance them as much as possible, but also try and make the first team or A team a little bit stronger because I want that green circle on my record thing when you look at how the season's gone so far. Let's get into game number 1. And it'll probably be the only game in today's episode because who really cares about the rest of the friendlies? Well, I'm not too sure if I've already found a bug in the game, but it doesn't seem to let me make the game speed any faster or slower. I don't really know what's going on there. Do I need to kick off? Oh, we've got to go through a tutorial first. Of course we do. Bloody tutorials. I've had enough of these already. Get out of my face. Corner ball here for the first team. I think, oh no, it's the second team, and it's a goal already for the second team. It's Marvel with the finish. Young central defender, Luka Modric with the corner in there, and it's a near post header. Something we've been working on for a long time in training is them near post headers. It's terrible goalkeeping from Kepa Arrizabalaga. The quicker Thibaut Courtois is back, the better. But that is... Young Marvel, are you any good? Oh, is this who we just got the offer in for? No, I don't think it was it? Approaching half-time, then currently 1-0 to the second team. Certainly a result that I didn't expect. There is the half-time whistle. Not happy with the first team, but I am very happy with the second team so far. There's no one really on the bench that I need to bring on for changes or anything like that, but we didn't give them any tactics. Both teams are playing on balance with absolutely no tactical information, and then after this game is when we'll go in, really build a proper tactic. Obviously the match engine is much different this year. There's much more realistic football movements, and obviously next Football Manager we're getting a big graphics overhaul, but it just looks much better, it's much brighter, and it just looks much more enjoyable to look at. You know, it has been a big improvement this year, and you've got to give them credit for that because the match engine well, ever since I've really started playing Football Manager back in FM19, it wasn't really great, but this one seems to be a little bit smoother and represent football a little bit more. But there is a highlight here for the first team as Brahim Diaz picks up the ball. I remember how many times he's had a loan spell to likes of AC Milan and teams like that, so potentially he might get an opportunity in this one. Bellingham now, hopefully going to be our star boy, finds Vinicius Jr., or hopefully our other star boy, Camavinga, finds Joselu, and there is the equaliser from one star boy to another, and ending it with the old man in Joselu. Great finish from him there. There's a lot of pressure on his shoulders to replace Karim Benzema. And I would like to try and get somebody better in, but we've only £20 million transfer budget. We're going to need to get some players out the door to be able to facilitate that. It seems to be easier, this Football Manager, to get some of your fringe players out the door for realistic transfers. You're not trying to get rid of them for absolutely no money and also having to pay like 200 grand towards their wages. You'll now get like a £30 million offer for someone like a Tony Kroos from Al Shabab, which is brilliant to see. That was also a very good save. We'll give both teams some encouragement here as Tony Kroos will whip this corner ball in. 55 minutes on the clock. It's a low ball in. And again, I'm really happy with these graphics. It just seemed to work much better and the ball seems to move much more. It's absolutely beautiful. Rudiger now, he picks it up and finds Tony Kroos. The first team are really starting to get their foot in the game in this one now. Vinicius recently agreed a new 5-year contract with the club, and another very good save there from Lunin, and it's a goalkeeper who's actually looks like they can make saves rather than just them ones where the ball gets blasted to him, they go like that and the ball goes wide. We're actually seeing some goalkeeper save animations. This is absolutely brilliant. I'm bewildered with how brilliant this is to watch. Throw in here for the first team. Mendy finds Rudiger with not long left in this one. Bellingham picks it up. Just over 2.5 minutes left on the clock. Like I said earlier, we decided to make no substitutions in this one. It just made sense really not to do that. But Mendy finds Camavinga. He looks down the line there, but he's not really got much in the way of an option, so he goes all the way back into Kepa. And now Bellingham picks up the ball once more. His pass is intercepted by Tchouaméni. Marvel now. He picks it up and goes out wide into Alaba. Playing at left back quite a lot for Real Madrid. I'm not really too sure where we're going to play him. If it's left back, centre back, not really too sure. But the second team coming forward here into the penalty area and it's a goal. It's Fran Garcia cutting it back for Federico Valverde. And at the start of the game, you look at both teams, you would not have expected this result. Rodrigo with a nice spin there, Carrillo with a good tackle, Fran Garcia gets there first, puts a ball in, and it's just another animation that we haven't seen before. I'm really, really impressed. I am really impressed. I didn't think I would be this impressed by some graphics on the new Football Manager, especially when we didn't think we were getting a whole overhaul. I know it's not an overhaul until next year, but I'm still really impressed with this year's. Valverde with another strike there. That goes just wide. I see Valverde more personally as a central midfielder rather than a winger. I know we've not really got many winger options, but it's disappointing that the first team haven't really done much in that game apart from Joselu scoring. Far from pleased with the first team. Exactly what I'm looking for from the second team. Now then, we've got the opportunity to go and build our team. So obviously we've decided to go with the 4-3-3. Now, there's obviously inverted wing backs and inverted full backs. That's not something I want to experiment with yet. I want to be able to get some results on the board, especially in my first season when there is a lot of pressure to deliver. We've gone with the normal tactics that I normally go with, apart from the fact we're going with a higher defensive line than normal. And I've also definitely told them to run at defence and be more expressive on this occasion. In terms of the goalkeeper then, it would obviously be Courtois, but he's out for the entire season, so there's no point even considering him for this first season. So Kepa Arrizabalaga is going to be our goalkeeper. Not entirely convinced by that. At right back, we've got Carvajal, Nacho, Vazquez, who's currently wanted by Chelsea, Mendy's currently wanted by PSG, and we've got a couple interested in Alvaro Carrillo, but we're going to go with Danny Carvajal at right back. He's not great, but playing as a supportive wing back is apparently his best role. In terms of our left back, I'm thinking Ferland Mendy. Alaba could do a job there. I'm going to go with Ferland Mendy though. Again, pretty decent at doing that. Obviously, slightly different roles as a complete wing back and as a wing back. Our two centre backs then, obviously Militao out for the year, so there's no point even considering him. I think we're going to go David Alaba and Antonio Rudiger. I know Alaba plays left back much more at the moment, but we're going to stick him at centre half. Ball winning midfielder at the base of midfield is going to be Tchouaméni. Is that his best role? Is Tchouaméni a good ball-winning midfielder? I think he is, yeah. We'll play him there. We don't need a tactics induction. Box-to-box midfielder can be Federico Valverde. He's definitely got the engine to play that. And my Mazzala will be Jude Bellingham. We need to get him as high up the pitch as possible. Right wing inside forward is going to be Rodrigo, I guess. I mean, his best role is apparently as a supportive inside forward, but he is right-footed, so that doesn't really make sense to me on that right side. We're also going to put Vinicius Jr. out on the left, obviously, and leading the line is going to be Joselu. He can't really do that, but we don't have a choice. I'm just having a look here at some of our options that we can have off the bench. Alvaro Rodriguez looks like a pretty decent youngster, but again, not really good for now. Petter looks awful, or Peter, he looks terrible. I'm not really going to consider him. This guy looks good for the future. Arda Güler. Excited by the look of him. Brahim Diaz, is he any good these days? No, I think he's someone who we might look to move on. I mean, there's currently interest in him from Bayern Munich. Luka Modric, I think, has got to be involved in the squad somewhere. Dani Ceballos is probably a player I look to move on. Toni Kroos, maybe it's time to move him on. I mean, he's on 400 grand a week. That is quite a lot. Fran Garcia, not too bad. Not great by any means, though. Camavinga absolutely has to be involved. Very good player. We need to get him in the squad somewhere. Where, I don't really know. Vasquez is awful. He needs to move on. Nacho, not great. He should probably also move on as well. Alvaro Carrillo, not great. His potential's not exactly great. Obviously, got a couple of players out on loan and a couple injured at the moment. Our starting 11's pretty good. We've got a good option off the bench in Camavinga. Maybe we could put Rodrigo up front, Valverde on the right, and Camavinga in central midfield, but that's not really what I want to do. We've got to get some players out the door, get some money in, and then go and sign some big boys. I think that's certainly the plan. Let's quickly go have a look at the La Liga rules, see how many substitutions that we actually do get. 5 subs can be used in 3 stoppages, so same as the Premier League, but you can name up to 12, which is very good. You can only name, is it 9 in the Premier League, I think, so being able to name up to 12 is very good. You can have a whole starting 11 and an extra sub, so that's quite ideal, actually. So I want to test out some of the new features. Brahim Diaz currently has some interest from Bayern Munich, so let's go and speak to his agent about market interest. We need to sell Brahim Diaz, and we'll be happy to listen to offers, so we'd like to know how much he's worth in the current market. FC Bayern would be willing to make an offer since you're clearly anxious to get the ball rolling. I believe I can bring one to the table of I believe I can bring to the table one or more offers worth around 15.5 million for my client. Brahim Diaz is very interested. Bayern are ready to present a transfer offer. I'd like to invite FC Bayern to propose a deal in that case. Lovely stuff. So 15.5 million, is that bad? I don't think that's too bad. But I think we'd take that considering his potential's not great, and then that'll put us up, around 35-40 million of pounds to spend? Euros? Is it euros? No, we're on pounds. We're definitely on pounds. We need to update the height and the weight, though. The other thing that you can do is hire an intermediary to sell a player. So Dani Ceballos is someone who I'd like to get out the door. If we can get around 30 million in for him, that'd be nice. On us 170 grand a week until 2027. So we need to get him out the door. We're going to hire an intermediary to sell the player. Are you sure you want to hire an intermediary to help sell this player? A player's agent can let you know if the player is interested in moving and prevent any potential unhappiness caused by going through an agent. No, we don't need to do that. Let's move on. Intermediaries informing that no club considers a deal for Dani Ceballos to be viable as he has only just signed a new contract. Why have you just signed a new contract? Is he not happy with me about that now then? No, it's just a question from the media. We don't care about the media. Right, who's someone else who we'd like to sell? Alvaro Carrillo. You're someone who'd like to sell. Right, let's try to do it here. Here we go. So not much in the way of valuations. I think, obviously, you got to factor in the percentage as well. I think we're going to go with, well, I was about to try and pronounce some of these names, but I'm not even going to try because I would offend so many people. So we can get an offer in this evening from Saeed. He wants a 5% of the fee, but he can get us between 600 and 625. I mean, I'm not going to go through with it, but I just want to see how it works. I'm going to confirm that and hit continue, and we'll just see what happens. We don't have to accept anything. We don't need to make anything go through. We've got an offer in here from, I believe, a Saudi Arabian team. We don't need to go through the scouting induction. We can skip that. We've got an offer in here from Al Taywoon. They are a Saudi Arabian club. They've offered 1.3 million. He is incredibly interested in speaking to them and would need a lot of convincing to stay at the club. Right, he's got a minimum fee release clause of 4.4 million. So can we try and maybe get to that? I'm not interested in a percentage of profit. If you give me, let's say, 2.5 million up front, 1 million in instalments, and 1 million after 50 league appearances, what do you think about that? Come on, you Saudi Arabia at the end of the day. They want 1.7. That's just not quite what I'm looking for. How about in total you give me 3.9? You want 2 million? Again, not really what I'm looking for. I don't think you're really listening here. 3.2 million. 2.5. See, we're getting somewhere a little bit closer. We'll say if you give us 200 grand. Oh no, we've gone well up there. 100 grand. 125 grand. What do you think about that? They're happy with that. 3.1 million. We've successfully negotiated a higher fee for a player. You know, I'm actually quite happy with 3.1 million. Yeah, he's got a 4.4 million release clause, but I just wanted to see how the new feature worked. FC Bayern Munich made an offer here for Brahim Diaz. That is something that we wanted. He's got a minimum fee release clause of 643 million. Not quite sure we're going to accept that. We're going to suggest something stupid here, like 40 million, see what they come back with. They've ran away from me. I think that's the perfect spot then to leave today's episode. Thank you all very much for tuning in. By the next episode, we'll get through all of pre-season. That offer is absolutely embarrassing. We'll get through all the pre-season, hopefully make some signings. We'll certainly have some players out the door, all being well. Thank you all very much for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I shall see you all very soon for another one. It might be tomorrow, it might be Sunday. Peace.